We're on the record in cause number 238-614, State of Texas versus Barrett Hayes Harbison. Mr. Harbison, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Harbison, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Harbison, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Harbison?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Harbison, the information alleges that on or about December 8th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Mr. Harbison, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Harbison, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Harbison, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Harbison, are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harbison, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and I also have before me the trial court's certification of defendant's right of appeal. Mr. Harbison, prior to you signing these documents, you were given the judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. Specifically, you were explained or you were informed that you had 3 options. Number 1, that you may hire an attorney. Number 2, that if you did not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number 3, you may represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also was given a full explanation of these options, and you chose to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Harbison, prior to talking to the prosecutor in this case, you signed a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was read to you from State's Exhibit number 1 under the paragraph that is titled waivers. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harbison, State's Exhibit number 1, on page 2, there are 2 sets of initials. First set of initials is on a line that is marked nolo contendere, which means no contest. The initials are BH. Are these your initials?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in the paragraph below this, that's titled Discovery Admonishment, there are initials on a line that states, I do not request discovery of evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in the case and choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Are these your initials on this line?
Yes, Your Honor.
The next page, there's a signature that purports to be yours above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next document, the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there's a signature that purports to be yours above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
There are 2 boxes that are checked on this document at the top. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you read these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit number 2. It's the probable cause affidavit for this case.
Mr. Harbison, the state is offering State's Exhibits number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 to be used as evidence against you in this case. State's Exhibit number 1 is the document that have your initials on page 2 and your signature on page 3. And State's Exhibit number 2 in this case is the probable cause affidavit. We commonly refer to it as the police report. Is it all right for the state to use these 2 exhibits as evidence against you in your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Harbison, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harbison, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's for 45 days, credit for time served, tax and retire of the court cost.
Mr. Harbison, the state is offering that you serve 45 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 45 days in the Jefferson County Jail on this case. Therefore, you will be given credit for time served. If you owe any court costs, the court cost is $387. You would not have to pay that court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Harbison, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harbison, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you entered into with the state. Mr. Harbison, have a good day and please follow the bailiff.